Are you ready to listen to a podcast?
Here comes the Playhouse Podcast, thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices.
Find, subscribe, and listen.
We've got email. We've got email. Got email. Got email. We've got email.
All right, grab your phone. I think this is going to be something you're going to want to chime in about. Hey, Kat and JJ, I was in line getting ready to check out. There was a woman in front of me. She put everything on the belt except a big bag of dog food. She left that in the bottom of the cart. The lady at the register gave her the total without ringing up the dog food. So I said, wait a minute, you forgot the dog food. No. The woman checking out screamed at me. Thanks a lot, lady. What are you, a security guard? My husband's unemployed and we're trying to feed our dog.
So openly admitting that she was stealing.
She pushed her cart back as she was grabbing the dog food and threw it on the belt and said, just have someone put this back. I didn't mean for the dog to go hungry. Did I do something wrong by speaking up? Would be interested to see what your listeners think. Love the show, Angie.
Someone just did that with my Cottonelle the other day. And it's not that I was trying to steal it. I legit forgot that was down there with my gain. That's it. Sometimes you just forget. You're in a mode, blinders on. But this sounds like she knew what she was doing. So,
all I want to know is what's your reaction to this? Were you wrong for saying something? Listen, I live my life off the radio by a quick rule that my old man always said. Watch your GD bobber.
Why are you always up in my business?
I'm not in you because it fires you up. That's why. Because I also appreciate human moves. I am a fan and a student of human moves. And if I push your button to see which way you react, that's good entertainment for me.
I probably would have said something, but it wasn't to tattle. It wouldn't be to tattle like, oh, I'm going to get her. I'm going to get her because I think she's trying to steal because I don't know if that's the case.
Jordan, thank you. He says, that lady sucks, but always best to mind your own bobber.
I don't know, Jordan. I think it's okay because when stuff like that happens, prices for you, Jordan, go up. Just to let you know.
I read this email a couple of seconds ago from Angie who basically said, I was at the grocery store. There was a lady in front of me. Looked like the teller had given her, the lady at the register gave her the total without ringing up the dog food in the bottom of the cart. I said, wait a minute, you forgot the dog food. The woman turned around and screamed, thanks a lot. What are you, a security guard? My husband's unemployed and we're trying to feed our dog. She threw the dog food back on the belt, said, have someone put this back. So I didn't mean for the dog to go hungry. Did I do the wrong thing by speaking up?
You can't get mad at somebody because you were trying to steal something. You just can't. Like, try to say that out loud.
I'm not mad at somebody foolish. For it. It's just, I'm a watch your bobber kind of guy. Let's get Pam's thoughts.
Oh, my God. So now the dog's going to starve? I mean, you guys, you should just mind your own business. I mean, it's none of your business. Obviously, they needed it. So, just take care of yourself and get out of other people's lives. I mean, that poor dog is probably going to starve now.
Do you think stealing dog food is okay if they really need it?
I mean, it's ridiculous. Shoplifting is a victimless crime. They have insurance. I mean, come on, it's covered.
Somebody else said, thank you, by the way. Somebody else had texted that in. Shoplifting is a victimless crime.
It is not a victimless crime. Yes, they do account for lost, stolen, or damaged goods. A company does every single year. But that doesn't give you the right to steal it. It's just, where does it stop?
Teresa, would have you said something if this person was in front of you?
Not really, because I've been in this position before. First of all, watch your own bobber. Mm-hmm. Second of all, if you can't afford to feed your dogs, then don't have dogs.
Wow.
So what position were you in where did you have to steal something to survive?
No, because my thing is if you don't have money to feed your dogs, then you could go without your pop, your cigarette, fun stuff.
Yeah, fair enough.
Take care of the dog first.
Oh, my God. That's so funny you said that. I was watching a TikTok last night.
Thank you, Teresa.
Girl, she's like crying, into the camera, trying to get attention. And she wipes her tear away with these long, brand new acrylic nails. And it says, how am I going to tell my kids that I can't afford Christmas this year? And then somebody comes in. Well, you could probably tell them,
I spent your money on the nails.
Exactly.
Derek, would you say something? You're in line. You see this whole thing going down. Derek, would you say, hey, you forgot the dog food, or would you let her ride?
No, I would say something.
Yeah.
But at the same time, anybody that says watch your own bobber is like somewhat mentally ill. Because
I love it. Yes.
Honestly, if you cannot afford the dog food, then you probably shouldn't have the dog.
Yeah. I love that people say watch your bobber, but they're also the people that say, if you see something, say something.
Well, okay, if you see,
exactly.
okay.
If you're saying watch your own bobber, you should not be commenting on anybody ever.
I love it, Derek.
JJ.
Which is weird that I get paid to do it, though, huh?
I know.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Thanks, man. I appreciate you being on the show.
Oh, man, that made my day. That was good.
Marsha, would you say something?
I probably would, because why would you assume that they're stealing it?
I would never.
I would assume that it's an error that you went. I was at Sam's Club, had a box of dog treats, walked out, they checked it, got to my car, went, oh my gosh, I forgot to pay for this. Walked back into the store and rang it up, and I had done self-checkout.
I think you're actually pretty rare.
Yeah, I think most people would just take it and go, I'll buy something else next time.
So if I need a coat, or I can walk in, steal it, just because I might not be able to afford it. If you can't afford it, you don't get it.
Yeah. There are so many places to go to get free stuff. When it comes to clothing and stuff like that for your children, yourself, there are a lot of resources in the area. You just got to find them.
Hey, Marsha, thanks. I really appreciate you being on the show. I got time for one more call real quick. How's Don doing today?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good, man. Would you say something, or is this a mind your own bobber deal?
I don't know about saying something, but when I'm in the car with my kids, I'm teaching them life lessons all the time. And one of the things I say to them is, you can do very few things that would disappoint me more than stealing. People work hard for their stuff. If you steal from the grocery store, you steal from anybody.
Yep.
Yeah. So you're not a fan of the people that are commenting that shoplifting is a victimless crime?
No, it's not a victimless crime. It raises prices for everybody else. It's BS. It's take accountability.
So I got a
There's
question for you.
Signs everywhere.
Not too long ago, we had a scenario like this, but it was with formula. What do you think of that? Would you say something more so
to feed a hungry baby?
Yeah.
If somebody was trying to steal formula, I'd pay for it for them.
Don, appreciate you being on the show, man. I hope you have a really good day today.
I'm with you.
All right, you guys too.
So weird.
Weird stuff.
Everybody called me weird. I am weird.
You don't think this is a little weird?
No, I don't think it's weird at all.
Weird news.
So Derek just got pulled over for having a broken back tail light, driver's side. And I don't think his first thought was to get out and just run and flee. So obviously there was something going on.
That's why.
With this man, but it was in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. He ran after a police officer had pulled him over for a broken taillight, and he jumps into a sticker burr bush. Ouch.
Stop running! Stop right now!
I can't.
Ouch.
Owie.
He tried to jump through the bush there.
Oh, man. Even though he had 25 grams of cocaine in his pocket, he still says owie.
Yeah, there it is.
Owie, I want my mommy.
Well, he was selling it. He wasn't using it.
That's true. What is that? Don't get high on your own supply, right?
Yeah, man. You don't dip your pen in the company ink.
I don't think that's it. That is what's weird.
Kat believes the superpower she possesses is seeing your occupation in kind of the upper left corner of her eyeball when she hears your first name.
I don't know how. Like, how does somebody get a skill like this, right? And how do I not, like, cash in on it?
I believe it's from all the silver spoons that were up your butt as a kid.
Maybe.
You had a silver poisoning up your butthole. and now it's turned into a great radio
legit.
bit. Yeah. If we have any doctors that can back this up, she'll know that you're a doctor if you just give us your first name.
Yep.
And if you want to call and put her to the test, prizes will be yours if she fails. And I don't feel like we ever have to really worry about that. Just need your first name to get it started. You're first through. What is it?
Katie.
Katie. And there's no way, just to verify, that Kat would ever know what you do for a living.
Absolutely not. No way.
All right. So what are you feeling here with Katie, Kat? I hear she's on the road, so she must be going to work or something like that.
You know, I only know one Katie, and it's my cousin, so I can truly say I don't know you.
Okay.
Katie, and you're a Catherine, correct?
No.
Oh, what are you?
A Katie.
Just Katie.
You can just be a Katie?
That's on your birth certificate?
You can. It is.
Oh.
I don't know if you're right, but okay. So I'm gonna say you Do you work with, like, wine?
Yes.
You know how I knew that? There's a tingle on my tongue.
I was going to say, her nose is turning red right about now. So tell us about, like, what do you do with wine then? Like, what's your angle?
So I own and operate a winery and tasting room.
Wow, how cool is that?
Okay.
Yeah, very cool.
That sounds
I've been wanting to call in forever because I knew there was no way you were going to get it.
Really? I've been wanting to go to a winery for free forever.
Are you prepared for Kat to wield her astonishing skills upon you this early in the morning?
No one ever is.
All you got to do is give us your first name. If Kat can't figure out just by that little fact what you do for a living, the goodies come your way. And good sir, what is your first name?
Justin.
Justin. Sounds like he is calling from a cave. Are you in Afghanistan?
Are you a soldier?
No.
Okay.
Okay, with that laugh, I think I know what you do.
She's going to get this right away. So, Justin, just to verify, there's no way that Kat would know what you're doing for a living.
There is no way she will ever know what I do for a living.
Justin.
I hope it's not skinning people. I just hope it's not skinning people. What do you think, Kat?
It's not with a YN, is it?
Like
it's
a Justin?
Yeah. Justin, you are you in IT? Like the computer programming?
The guy that writes all the code to make every electronic work.
Wow.
Look at me.
All right. So how long you been in this line of work, Justin?
Actually, I graduated from college in 2016, so about 7 years.
All right, man. And are you in like a basement right now? Because I do have that feel, and I don't usually do this.
No, actually, I'm at the hospital with my little girl. She's on a breathing machine because she got bronchiolitis.
I'm so sorry to hear that, but I'm glad you could call the show. What's her name? Can we say hi to her quick?
Her name is Sarah Beth.
Okay, well, turn up the radio then and, let her know that we're thinking about her and saying a prayer for her and hope you guys get out of there soon, okay?
It's pretty cool. They have you on TV in the hospital here, so.
Oh, all right. Well, I didn't know that we were so impactful, but I appreciate you calling. And, geez, I feel bad now that I said that you were probably skinning people in your basement now that your daughter's in the hospital.
See what happens?
Let's just start anew, and I hope you have a really good day.
You too.
Radio Paparazzi.
He's back with new music. It's the same sound, but new music. The Weeknd's new album, it's called Dawn FM, and he's friends with... He has like a whole wide range of friends. So he's friends with Angelina Jolie.
Tons of professional athletes are buddied up with this guy, too.
Yeah. And also Jim Carrey, the comedian. So he's like, hey, can you kind of channel your inner cult leader and do the intro for my new music?
You've been in the dark for way too long. It's time to walk into the light and accept your fate with open arms.
I like the vibe of this.
I mean, there's nothing sexier. Like him, Miguel, Adorn, like that.
Oh,
that
not my son's friend Miguel.
No,
I haven't heard anything from Miguel in a while.
All right, Betty White, she died of natural causes. So her agent is saying she died peacefully at home, and it was just natural causes. She was 99. Some people are like, it was the booster. She got the booster 3 days earlier, and that's what killed her. And he said, no, it's not. But a quick fact, the last thing that she said was the name Alan, and that is the name of her late husband.
And she never remarried.
How sweet is that? She just held on to Alan and the thought of him and the thought of seeing him again.
And my immediate thought was, well, how do people know what her last word was? So I guess her assistant is like best friends with Carol Burnett's assistant. And they told each other, and Carol Burnett said something, oh my God, I hope this is true. This is the sweetest thing I've ever heard.
So
Please,
sweet.
Nobody try to discredit this. This is like the perfect swan song to her life.
All right, so on New Year's Eve, we heard just yesterday, Andy Cohen went on this rant. We played the audio yesterday, but he had so much to drink, and then they put him on CNN, and he was talking about the mayor, disgraced mayor of New York City, and just going on about Bill de Blasio. But he thought that maybe Ryan Seacrest was going to take it the wrong way because he said something about that. So that's a big regret.
I was continuing the journey rant, and I just kept talking, and I shouldn't have, and I felt bad about that.
Yeah.
The headlines about Ryan Seacrest are all like, I trashed Ryan Seacrest, and I'm like...
Right.
I hope he hears the clip. You know what I mean? That I really regret. I really do.
So in every interview, all he says to his people are like, don't regret what you do because it brings you to this point.
I regret.
Like if you're going to say something, own it. He always says stuff like that. So I think that that's so funny that he's trying to, do some damage control. Blowing out their candles today. I love her. Dina Carter. Strawberry Wine. Did I shave my legs for this? 56. Patty Loveless is 65. And Tina Knowles, that's Beyonce's mom, turning 68.
What you are about to hear is an exercise in futility. Our friend Kat here doesn't do much well. But she is.
I'm right here.
The world's radio rock, paper, scissors champion. And here today to try to dethrone her is the lovely Teresa. Can we please, everybody, give it up for Teresa just a little bit.
Hi, Teresa.
Hi.
Now, Teresa, do you find yourself intimidated by somebody like Kat because of her presence and her just awareness of everything that is earthly?
Nope.
Good.
No,
I don't want to
whatsoever.
intimidate people.
All right. Well, here's how it works, Teresa. If you would like to become the reigning world's rock, paper, scissors champion, you must beat Kat in 2 out of 3 shoots. What's going to happen is I'll go 1, 2, 3, shoot, and then you each throw down. It's pretty simple. Win 2 out of 3, and you're a winner. Now, I hear somebody else back there. Is there somebody giving you moral support or maybe even helping you in this game?
Nope, I'm just listening to the radio.
Okay, so you're going to want to turn that down because that's what we said 15 seconds ago.
Okay.
Okay. So just
Shut it
here.
off.
Okay, here we go. Ready? Let's set the mood. Ladies and gentlemen, radio, rock, paper, scissors. Teresa versus Kat, round 1. 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Rock.
Scissors.
Teresa?
What?
Teresa, hey, listen to me really
No,
closely.
you wouldn't throw rock either. You'd throw paper.
Just let her go first, and then you should know what to put in, like, after that.
All right.
Okay. Here we go.
Kat, you're up 1-0. This is, I guess, why you are the reigning world's radio rock, paper, scissors champion. Round 2. 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Paper.
Scissors.
Hey!
Okay.
All right, she evens it up.
I'm getting nervous. Okay.
This one, FTW, Teresa. You know what that means?
Yes, ma'am, sir.
For the win is what it means. For the win. 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Paper.
Scissors.
Teresa. Oh.
You got it, girl.
Just when I thought the show couldn't get any more exciting, here you come to just make the day better.
Nice job. You get a brand new You People KCLD t-shirt. How about that?
Awesome.
I want to thank Katie for calling the show because, according to her email, there's something we should know. What's going on?
I was working. I'm a waitress, and I was working my job over the holidays. And Samson was with a couple of his friends at the bar, and he was playing audio from your radio show. Like he's been recording it.
And he was playing this for people you have no idea who they were?
I have no idea who they were, and he's playing it back. And that's just what I saw.
Okay, well, I appreciate the heads up. I mean, I guess your head goes all sorts of different places, but I appreciate you giving us the heads up on this.
You just need to be careful. And so I'm just here looking out for you guys, okay?
And I'm grateful for that. Thank you. Now, I ask you then, Kat, why would our boss be playing audio from our show at a bar?
Bragging. I'd like to think bragging. Of how funny I am. Yeah. I have no idea. I'm always at a loss with this guy. I barely see him. I don't see him often.
Before I give you my thoughts on what's going on here, because I think I have an idea of what's happening, will you do me a favor and call real quick and give me your first thought when you heard this? This is our boss sitting at a bar with a laptop playing our show for strangers?
You know what he is now. He got the new regional morning show. So not just for our show, for country, for all the other morning shows that our company has throughout this state and Grand Forks. So now he got that job. So maybe he was like, he had people in town and he was playing it for them to hear. Here's an example of how I want all my shows to sound.
Basically, Katie said she had emailed us and said, hey, heads up, guys. I saw your boss over Christmas break. And I said, hey, can you come on the show real quick? And this is what she told us a couple seconds ago.
I was working. I'm a waitress, and I was working my job over the holidays, and Samson was with a couple of his friends at the bar, and he was playing audio from your radio show. Like, he's been recording it.
And he was playing this for people you have no idea who they were?
I have no idea who they were, and he's playing it back. And that's just what I saw.
So my immediate thought is, why?
Yeah. I'm not
It's
afraid.
the Christmas break. Why would this guy be playing clips of our show?
Yeah, I don't even care. It's like one of those, like, it's not a factor for me. I really don't do much wrong.
Amy had texted in, he's probably shopping your show around for other markets.
Yes. I would love that. We're already everywhere, but it's always nice to get, into even further out. More states, maybe. I don't know.
Here's my first thought. This dude is legitimately selling his competency on our show. I would bet if you were a fly on the wall, I would bet this year's salary that the words, look how I fixed them.
Yeah.
Were used.
Which I can tell you, we have not altered ourselves at all. You know what I found out?
Coaching. I'm just like, don't tell me to do something that clearly is not going to work.
Yeah. We had someone that was here for just like a hot second too, and finding out that he has now put us on his resume. Listen, I'm not going to toot our horn.
I didn't want to talk about this really on the radio until you brought it up, but that is not okay.
Did you know what I am talking about?
I did. I heard
found
about
that out
this
the
too.
other day. I was like, I literally spoke maybe 15 words to this man, and he put us on his resume.
Putting that you've coached our show on your resume is not okay. That's not
crazy.
I'm not okay with that. Audra, tell us what you think about this whole thing.
To me, the first thing that pops into my mind after already hearing about how this guy, like for the last month or whatever, has like been acting and like he's whatever, is that he's possibly talking shit about how like he doesn't like these particular things that you guys bring to the show that he was complaining about previously.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that I thought of.
That could be it. He could have been playing some isolated clips of, the moments that he wants to change. Maybe Kardashian clips.
So then who does it? What do you play? What are you playing these for strangers for? Why wouldn't you play that for us?
But the thing is, we have not had a sit down with him in forever. So, I mean, when you don't have a sit down, you think that you're fine, right? You're out of the woods.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume the same thing, but that's why it's concerning because, I know you both probably know this, too. Like, just because we think that that's how it should go doesn't mean necessarily that that's how everybody thinks that should go. Yeah. Like, of course, you should have a sit down if something's going wrong or you don't like something and have a conversation. But not everybody is that way.
Yeah. Oh, I appreciate your thoughts. If you had an immediate thought that popped into your head and you want to share it, hit us with a call or a text. I can guarantee the words, look how I fixed them, were used.
That would make me kind of sick.
Knowing full well we were going to have a week off anyways. And that nobody would talk about this.
I think these guys really do have a come-up story. They should have their own biopic, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
Well, they were living in a one-bedroom apartment together for years as they were trying to get Good Will Hunting sold.
And right before that, looks like they hit the subway to do some break dancing.
Matt Damon, we had some nylon Puma suits. We learned how to break dance, and then Matt was like, if we just get some linoleum and put it down the subway, we could do some of our move, and like put out a hat. I won't say anybody put quarters in the cup. I think they walked by with pity and astonishment.
That's amazing. All right, Tristan Thompson finally owning up, admitting yesterday that he did, in fact, father a child with personal trainer Marilee Nichols while dating Khloe Kardashian. And then he grabbed that salt shaker and found her wound, took to Instagram, apologized, said that he's going to be helpful in raising this child. And Khloe, you don't deserve this. You don't deserve the heartache and the humiliation that I've caused you over and over again. It's like, Khloe, let's go, girl. Move on. Show your daughter, by the way. Like, if you have daughters and sons.
If she just moves on and doesn't deal with this drama, there's no money in that.
I don't know. I just feel like
I think that culture they're addicted to the money. They're addicted to people talking about them.
That is too bad.
And it's a.
What's wrong with this gross guy too? By the way, it's like, knock it off. Keanu Reeves, I love him. I love everything about him. He's so like earthy and not Hollywood. And finding out that he donated 70% of his Matrix earnings to leukemia research. Wow.
I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin.
Now, his sister had leukemia, right?
Yes, she was battling a blood cancer, and she went into remission in 2001. And so to date, given $31.5 million.
That's a celebrity putting their money where their mouth is. It's important to me. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this 30%. I'm going to help my career get to the next level. I'm going to make sure my family and friends are doing okay. And I'm going to take 70% of these millions of dollars and put it towards research so other people have better lives. Like, this dude is legit.
Blowing out their candles today, we have Dana Carter, y'all, turning 56. And flip it around, Patty Loveless is 65.
House of pizza for my birthday. House of pizza, pizza, pizza for my birthday. House of pizza, pizza, pizza for my birthday. House of pizza for my birthday.
Can you name a Patty Loveless song?
Heartbreak in my hometown.
Is that really one of them?
No, I just sang that.
Let's begin now.
And here we go with the big show. Tuesday on the radio. How would live in cats?
I'm all right.
What's wrong? You seem off.
It can only go up from here. I broke a nail. Getting into work. Just opening the door.
The big door?
Just the door. There's only a door. And so I broke a nail, so I have to go to the nail salon today. I was going to anyway.
So let me get this right. You can't just, like, it broke all the way off or it cracked?
The gel. Yeah.
So you
now
can't
I look
just
like
glue that back on?
No. It's not an acrylic. It's a gel. It's like a real polish. Now I look like I crawled out of Buffalo Bill's well. And then, obviously, I'm here. I didn't win the Powerball.
I forgot to get a ticket.
You did?
Yeah.
I was standing there. I'm like, how much are they? He's like, $2. I'm like, all right, give me $5. So I spent $10 on just a piece of paper.
You got nothing.
What a
any numbers
ruse
at all?
They got no, not a 1. But you know what? Sometimes I'm like, maybe they got it wrong. I always do that. Like, my heart's like, are they sure that they got the right numbers? Because I feel like I have the right numbers. And then Liam's falling in love, and
jeez, your world is falling apart.
I laid in bed last night and I was a little shook. My kid is like hardcore crushing on somebody, and
Really?
I'm like,
Let's say the name on the radio.
Heck no.
Full first and last name and really get you into the situation.
No, but he was doing this super weird foreign laugh that I have never heard before yesterday. And it was like a weird laugh. I'm like, who's this kid?
For her.
Well,
It's a
yeah.
different look for the
When he
girl.
was talking about her, and I was like, he like really likes her. It was a sweet moment, and it was just a reality check.
You about ready to be a grandma?
You're sick.
Kids
You're
are starting
sick.
early today.
Are they
They are
just starting
so
early?
early today.
All right. You're closer to that reality than I am. That could happen any
I got kids
moment,
in college.
you know?
Yeah, it could happen any moment.
I bet you it is. I
No,
bet you one of them is
that ain't
pregnant right now.
I only have one girl, so I don't think Can I start your day, though, with a really great joke?
Oh, yeah. Can't wait.
Hey, Kat.
Yep.
Why are pigs such bad drivers?
Geez, I don't know.
They hog the road.
Okay.
Yeah?
All right.
Huh?
I'm feeling better.
Feel better now about that busted nail? I feel like we've got a pretty good situation here. Ratings are good. Revenue's good. Our owners seem to believe in us sometimes. But let's just say, and I don't feel like we're going anywhere. I think we're entering another year of the Playhouse and having fun here and doing well. If you were to make a move, like let's just say jobs weren't a thing, would you move out of Minnesota? The reason I ask is they now have the new list of the top states that were moved out of and moved into in the year 21. So would you, first question number one, would you move out of Minnesota?
I would go to, don't hurt me, Wisconsin. I wouldn't go to North Dakota.
Whoa.
Been there. Did that for a year. That's called a phase. And I would not go to South Dakota. Iowa, what? But I would go to Wisconsin if I had to move to another state.
Okay.
But only because I'd have to be nearby for grandparents.
Okay.
So
I've said this before, and I say it loudly every winter. I will not die in the cold. I just won't do it. I don't mind serving out like my career here and watching my kids grow up because it's great. I love it. I've lived in Minnesota almost my entire life. But I think what I will do is, if the finances are right and the good Lord looks upon us, I think we'll do a lake place in Minnesota. Probably April, May, June, July, August, September.
Must be nice.
And then the rest of the year on a golf course in Scottsdale or something like that. That's what I'm looking for. That's my ideal life. But here is, by the way, the number one state that people bounced out of last year.
Yeah.
If you had to guess, what would it be?
Jersey.
Jersey is right.
Am I right?
You're absolutely right. More people left New Jersey as far as like the percentage of population than any other state.
What did I grabbed something this morning and I'm like, who would ever even like consciously move to Newark, New Jersey? Oh, it's the worst city for keeping a New Year's resolution.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons.
It just like reading it sounds stinky.
So where are people going?
From New Jersey?
What's the number one state just all over that is getting the most influx as far as population of new citizens?
Colorado.
No.
Okay.
You think, yeah. You know, skiing, wide open wilderness,
beautiful.
tons of weed. No, Vermont.
Vermont's beautiful.
More people
as well.
are moving into Vermont. South Dakota's number 2, by the way.
I'd move to Vermont for closer access to seafood. See, that's how I base where I'm going to live. Food.
Do you know where Vermont is?
Yeah, it's on the East Coast.
In its relation to seafood?
Yes. It's
not
closer to the ocean than we are.
Well, maybe.
Vermont is not close to the ocean. What are you even talking about?
It's a day truck away. You got a truck. It's good to go.
Closer than it is here.
Regardless, we're glad that you're with us here, and I really appreciate you being part of the Playhouse.
St. Louis news anchor. I could not imagine getting this voicemail. How crazy. So what she did was on New Year's, Michelle Lai, she was talking about her Korean heritage and what they do on New Year's Eve. They eat dumplings, and one of the viewers found that very offensive.
This evening, your Asian anchor mentioned something about being Asian and Asian people eat dumplings on New Year's Day, and I take offense to that, because what if one of your white anchors said, well, white people eat this on New Year's Day? She's being very Asian, and she can keep her Korean to herself.
Was she okay?
I can't.
There's
even
4 things wrong with that. But my favorite is she should keep her Asian to herself.
She's too Asian. Oh my God.
I gotta hear the end of that. Can we hear the end of that one more time?
She's being very Asian, and she can keep her Korean to herself.
Brilliant. She's being very Asian.
And this reporter or news anchor is just staring at the camera, and she's like, can you believe this? Because I can't believe this.
Listen, I know this girl. We're all pretty tied in the media, and she wakes up almost every day, and I've heard her do her affirmations where she's like, today I'm going to be very Asian, and I'm going to get my Korean out there to everybody else. I'm not going to keep it to myself
on
anymore.
Everybody.
Jesus.
I cannot. I would. What makes you make that phone call? I don't know. All right, so maybe this was your New Year's resolution, and it is to be more organized. I'm a very organized person. Life runs very smoothly, but I do, however, work with somebody who is like, her head is off. Like it's
chicken.
She's running around, chicken feathers everywhere. And I don't know how she functions. But now there's this blogger, a mom of 2, Nicole Carr, that has a hack for you if that is in fact your situation. She has like a little tower divider of 5 plastic drawers, and her kids plan out their week's outfit.
Sunday night, we lay out all of their clothes. In each drawer, they put what they need for that day. They put a top, a set of bottoms, and then a pair of socks. It was really important that it was something that was child-centered and child-owned, and that they are participants in, and it's not just me putting stuff in. But most people are not born innately organized. You have to learn structures and systems and how to develop them.
Whatever.
I love that. I think that is a great idea. Get them involved, and then it's not your fault if they don't like their outfit that day. They picked it out.
You know what's funny is that we'll have a vacation day or a random day that we have off, and I'll get my kids up and get them ready, and I'll tell my wife, hey, whatever, just have a cup of coffee, relax. She says, it's not that easy, man. I come up, I go, you ready to go? Because the bus is about ready to leave.
Yeah.
She is so kind to these little humans.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, you got to put your foot down. They will move if you tell them to move.
That's Derek. He'll turn on the soft light in Liam's room. Here I am just flicking on the thing. Bright light. Let's go. Get up. Get in the shower.
She's been fully raising these children every morning while I've been doing radio for 20 years. And
she's doing it all wrong.
Doing it all wrong. I would do it so much better. How far into 2022 do you have to get to determine whether or not you're having a good or a bad year?
Really? We're only 4 days in.
No, I'm just saying, do you have to give it a full month to be like, oh, this is feeling better than 21? Or can you do it after a week?
I don't know. Just wait until something bad happens.
I don't really feel like it's, I don't feel like it's 2022 yet.
Yeah. You know what I realize I've been doing more and I want to stop this year is licking my fingers to get paper apart. I feel really old doing that. And I just...
You know what's even older is if you get one of those fake thumbs, the roll-on rubber thumbs, like at the post office.
Yep. I'm just a minute away from that. I don't know why I keep licking my fingers to do that. So USA Today says that, and this is for you, sir, because I'm very nervous for you. A Cleveland cardiologist is warning people over the age of 55 to refrain from shoveling snow.
Shut up.
So, yeah, clearing snow can be dangerous for the heart health of many seniors. So I don't want you out there. You have able-bodied children to do this for you.
Right.
Did you know that
they're going to shovel?
A 2010 study showed that 11,000 people are treated in emergency rooms every year for snow shoveling accidents. I don't know how it got up there.
You throw out your back, you throw out your shoulders. It's when you get that heavy, wet snow all the time. People are in heart attacks, and they hurt themselves shoveling. That's why.
You know what? If you have an older neighbor, help them out and make sure that they're not putting themselves in that position. Today, it's a fun day. I'm excited for it. It is National Spaghetti Day.
I love National Spaghetti
I do too.
Day. Hold on.
Who doesn't?
I got it. There it is.
No, thanks. I just brushed. I don't like the idea of Millhouse having 2 spaghetti meals in one day.
Yay, spaghetti.
Want some spaghetti?
You want some spaghetti?
He wants a 2 spaghetti speciale.
Ooh, spaghetti.
Spaghetti dinner?
I can make spaghetti.
I'll make spaghetti. Have some spaghetti.
That's my spaghetti, Chewbacca.
I like your spaghetti.
It's called pasta now, Dad. Spaghetti's out of date.
You want some spaghetti?
Made spaghetti. You love spaghetti.
She hates spaghetti.
I love it enough for both
if
of us.
Nobody else says spaghetti now for the rest of the day. I'm going to be okay.
I think you'll be good. Did you know that we could wrap the earth 9 times with how much spaghetti packages are out there? Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
That's a fun fact.
I feel like
for
I know
you
a lot,
today.
but I didn't know that.
My mom used to make spaghetti pie. Have you ever had spaghetti pie?
No.
You got to work an egg in there, but because it helps it bind all together. But it's the marinara and the cheese, and it all works together, and you cut it into triangles, and you eat it like a little spaghetti pie. It's so good. So if you're wondering what to do for dinner tonight...
Don't do that.
Spaghetti pie.
No.
Doesn't sound like a movie that you've seen before. I have a basketball tournament to help with. And then later that night, going to Allie's for a massive party. And I'm excited. But she had everybody post what they're bringing. So I'm going to bring like a veggie tray. And then all these women.
Just stopping by a grocery store on the way there and getting a veggie tray.
That's what I will do.
God, you're lazy.
But I'll put it on a nice wood board, and then I'll put some cellophane over it because I'm a poser.
Legit.
But a bunch of these women, they must have gotten together a few months back, and they all have the same bedazzled tumbler, and it is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. And so
like a coffee cup?
It's like a wine tumbler, like one of those little ones.
Oh, it's the short one, sure.
And they're all gemmed out. And so I have a friend that does that as a side hustle.
Like she just put hot glue on it and slaps those things on there?
Yeah, but it looks like really classy. And
classy wine tumbler bedazzled.
I was like, you have to help me with this. I have to fit in. I'm not going to stand there with my matte black tumbler, wine tumbler. I've never felt like that before. Where I have to do something
to fit in,
hardcore to fit in, unless it was back in when I was in 9th grade and I got that Abercrombie t-shirt because all my friends had one, but I wore it every day because I only had one Because I just spent all my money on that one T-shirt.
You know what my wife and I are doing to fit in? And this is... God, I'm going to catch hell for this.
What are you doing? No, didn't you? Oh, were you the leader of the moped mafia? Were you the first one to get that?
No, I'm not a follower there. I'm a president. Okay. We're the originators. But we have almost our entire friend group now rolls with metal straws.
Oh, my God.
We got metal straws everywhere.
They're like in her purse? How gross is that?
They're everywhere. They get every time I empty the dishwasher, 19 metal straws.
Listen, I love metal straws. I do. I like that cold feeling shot in the back of my throat. But I wouldn't carry these metal straws with me everywhere I go.
They're everywhere.
Do they have the collapsible rubber ones so they can save the turtles too?
We also have the rubber straws.
Oh my
and then
God!
we have the
I've
metal
lost
straws
you.
with the rubber tips. They're everywhere in my home.
Who started that, Jen Locke?
Using last names here.
I
today,
bet you it was
using
her.
last names here.
Yep.
Today.
I bet you it was
a lot of
her.
friends. I have certain friends' places that if we go and you don't have a metal straw, they will give you one of theirs.
Which is even more disgusting. Did they bring it home?
No, you have to leave it there at the end of the night. You can just use it as a temporary metal straw.
But where was it before?
I don't know.
Borrowed it
in the
from
drawer
Jen.
somewhere. I don't know.
Let me blow off the lint
that's
here.
My wife and I, to adapt to our classier friends, are now using metal straws, and it's a little bit...
That's weird.
It's very... I don't like... I'm a straw chewer. Like, I like biting down on it.
Uh-huh.
And
you bend it over your glass.
I don't like metal on my teeth. There's something there, man. I'm a teeth guy.
I do like metal straws, though. I could probably get on board with that. But what did you do to try to fit in? I feel bad. I don't bully people into getting cosmetic things done. But a friend of mine recently made the claim that I made her feel like she had to get Botox. I'm like, I never made you feel like that. Did your wife feel like... No, I didn't make your wife feel like that.
Absolutely. It's the reason she started doing it is because of you.
Because of how good I look.
I don't think that's it.
Why. I never sat your wife down and said, you have to get Botox. Everybody is doing it.
She watches your stupid videos.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I influence people in that way.
You just made the appointment for next week or the week after.
That's fine. Mine's the week after that.
I go, hey, how come our kids didn't really get anything for Christmas? She's like, I decided to get Botox. Kat made me do it.
Your kids don't need anything.
Kat made me do it. So what did you adapt to? That was the question. So if Kat is all of a sudden getting a wine tumbler, and I went from basically the cave, like I bonked her on the head, drug her into the cave, got her pregnant, we had our babies, we developed fire. Now I'm using metal straws. What did you adapt to? And now you go, I don't know if I'm really living this life.
You just had to have it.
Little bit of a poser situation going on.
I have never felt like I needed to do something since 9th grade and the Abercrombie t-shirt gate. But until now, I have a party I'm going to on Saturday night. Very excited to get together. My friend Allie is throwing this party for all of us girlfriends.
Oh, just in time.
And I noticed on this party thread that all these women have the same tumbler. And I'm like, they must have gotten that at their last get together that I couldn't make. And they're like bedazzled, like just wine tumblers.
They got like their initials on it or something.
So I had a friend make one for me. And now I can fit in. I didn't want to drink out of a non-bedazzled tumbler. And so I haven't felt pressure like that to fit in a long time. So that's kind of what we're talking about right now. You have the pressure of using metal straws, which is very weird.
It's so crazy because my wife and I will pack up a bunch of stuff to go over to a friend's house. You know, like we'll bring a charcuterie board or something. And then she'll go, oh, did you grab metal straws? And I go, why would I ever grab metal straws?
Well, what happens? Does the room stop if you take plastic?
You can't even be in the house. I swear.
Crazy.
You're not even allowed.
Then why are they still your friends? Why?
They have good booze.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. This one came in from Sunny in 3rd grade. There was a girl in her class that had glasses, and I didn't want her to feel left out. So I went to the eye doctor and pretended like I couldn't see so I could get glasses too. Ultimately, I did not like them, so I stopped wearing them. Years later, I actually have to get glasses now. So I was trying to fit in.
Arma.
Trying to help out a classmate. I like that.
Hey, Michelle, remember the time that you tried to fit in and then you got on the radio talking about it?
Yeah, hey, JJ. So where I used to work, there were a bunch of motorcycle heads, and I went to a rum chata party at one point in time. It was a rum chata drunk fest, and they were doing burnouts in the garage with their motorcycles.
Okay.
And, I mean, like, barn garage, big garage. And I put on a leather jacket. And I was like, oh, my gosh, this is amazing. Next thing I know, I ended up with 3 sets of leather chaps. I had a bike, put it down once, don't ride anymore.
Yeah. Did you
but I still have all my chaps.
Do you like the look of the leather, the feel, or you just like to feel like you belong to a group? Because that's kind of fun, too.
I like the look, and I like the feel of it, and I'm ready to go.
Oh, okay. Just in case.
Because, like, I'm dating a guy right now who has 3 motorcycles, including an Italian Moto Guzzi. So, you know, I got my leathers with me if I need them.
Now, do all these chaps are they all buttless? Like, are they assless chaps, or do they got the booty in them?
They're assless chaps.
Yeah.
They're
Right.
clean, but they're neat.
All right. Hey,
JJ has his just-in-case
I was going to say, I have a pair, too, but I don't even have a bike.
Yuck.
Yeah, see, I had a Honda Shadow, and so actually the jacket came first, and then the motorcycle came.
Nice.
You ever call these guys a gang and see how they react to it?
No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't call
Pretty
them
funny.
a gang,
I know, it's funny.
but they're definitely Harley riders. And we didn't have Harleys.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way.
Gotcha. So you were the outcast for a little while. Perfect. All right. Well,
I was the outcast, but I'll jump on the back of a Harley in a heartbeat as long as you're sober.
Oh, my God. Did you hear about my invention for all of the women that ride on the back of motorcycles?
Michelle,
have you heard
do you have long hair? Is it usually in a ponytail?
I have long hair, and when I ride, it's in a ponytail or a bandana.
Please listen to Kat's invention that she tried to get on the radio 10 years ago and it didn't bite.
It's all about the lack of capital, but I mean, I'll get there someday. It's called hog hair. Now, bear with me. It's a weighted down little ponytail holder. You know, like back in the day when you had those balls on the end of your ponytail and then like you'd wrap them up. Yeah, it's like that. But they have little hog faces, like little pig faces, and they hold your braid down so it doesn't slap you in the face.
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, Kat.
Okay.
Shot down again. Thank you,
Gotta
Michelle.
go.
I appreciate it. You ready for your good vibe moment of the morning?
Yeah.
This is Kelly Clarkson doing Hall & Oates on her television show where she does this karaoke stuff.
Oh, what I want.
What I want, you got, and it might be hard to handle. But like a flame, you burn the candle.
Get it, girl.
The candle feeds the flame. Hey, but I've got to stop with thoughts and dreams that scatter, and you pull them all together. Yes. And how I can't explain. You making my dreams come true.
She's too good to be a talk show host, man. She should be back on the radio.
What a waste.
Dreams become a screamer.
You know what she should do?
What?
And I should pitch this to her producers. But she should take... You know, what does she do? One of these every week at least, right? 1 or 2 a week. I don't watch her show very often. But she should take 1 or 2 of these and legitimately get in the studio with the backing track and then do a best of karaoke like once or twice a year.
Yeah.
Proceeds go to charity kind of thing.
So like a yearly, like now that's volume 19.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Exactly. But like karaoke volume 3. And it would have Hall & Oates on it.
Yeah, you love her.
She's so talented. Like, I feel like,
you know what?
I'm sure her show is good. I don't watch it very often, but I feel like she should. It's not.
No. So what I felt bad for, though, is that she went up against Ariana.
Oh, in the Jimmy Fallon show?
And it was kind, I mean, even though she's just sensational,
yeah.
Ariana is more sensational. And just to watch her like pass that baton off, at one point she was an Ariana, and now she's not. And then it's
because she wanted to do a dumb talk show.
Yeah.
Are you telling me Kelly Clarkson couldn't still make it in music?
Of course she could still make it in music.
Great chops. I just don't know if she wanted to do it anymore. That divorce messed her up, didn't it?
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy is just.
He sounds like
any guy that sits there and he's like, "I'm going to take you for all that you're worth," and works in alimony. Loser.
Listen to that, Trish. Wouldn't that be a great radio plot line?
You and Derek are
She leaves and I take her for all she's worth.
Yeah, Derek always says that. You make more. I've become accustomed to a certain
I have been.
lifestyle.
I've become very accustomed to
Guess what? I'll drop all my tracking gigs just to make sure that you eat ramen every day.
My wife could go back to working 1 day a week and make twice as much as I make.
A lot of kids got phones. So they were like consumed with their phones. I'm
These
like,
are all like 9, 10-year-old kids?
Yes. I'm like, put it in your bag. It's time for basketball. But then I started talking to a mom that was there. And she goes, we're going to start getting these boys' phone numbers put in our phone because if my kid doesn't have a phone, so his friend Mason will text me a picture of his Fortnite victory royale, and he says, "Show this to Liam." So therefore, I'm like communicating with a 9-year-old.
What are you holding out for? What's the thing?
I'm not sure. I don't know if I want that yet.
Are you too cheap, or you don't think? What's the difference?
Because I think it'd be fine with our plan.
Why can't he have one?
Because I don't know if I'm ready for that. I don't want him to be a
regular kid
ignoring me.
Oh God! I knew this was about you.
It is. And so I was talking to her, and I'm like, yeah, I already have Mason's number in my phone. He texts me. Dom texts me. And
what is he like? What's up? What are you wearing? Is that what he does?
Can Liam Fortnite? Can he hop on Fortnite? They just do that, and then I just.
Aren't you tired of being annoyed by your friends' little kids' friends?
I know. I just do like a thumbs up. I'll tell him to get on. But then she goes, yeah, that's one rule that we have in our house because she has a daughter that's 14. So she has all of her daughter's friends' phone numbers in her phone.
It's a good idea.
But she said that her husband is not allowed to because that would look really bad.
Oh,
she just said it's not a good look. However,
you know what?
It's backwards because I'm going to have all of Liam's friends in my phone.
It's a little bit of a double standard. I'll tell you why. If you're a dude, if you're a 32-year-old guy, married guy with a family, and you got a bunch of 14, soon to be 15, soon to be 16-year-old girls' phone numbers in your phone.
Yeah.
Listen, you keep your nose clean, you got nothing to worry about. But there is a perception. I don't.
You could post the wrong emoji. You could just say the wrong thing, and
now,
guys.
With that being said, my daughter is 17. And I think I have maybe one of her friends' phone numbers in here, but I have her friends' parents' phone numbers.
Yeah.
My son is 20. I don't have maybe 4 or 5 of his friends' phone numbers in there.
Really?
My wife has pretty much all of our kids' phone numbers. She has them, so I don't.
Yeah.
That's the thing. But if Derek had a bunch of...
if we had a daughter, it made sense to me. It was like he sometimes doesn't do, like his heart is always in the right place, but like he'll like text something and I'm like, oh my God, why did you text that? And he's like, well, I meant this. And it's like, no, you can't put things in text anymore.
Dudes are also notorious for sending probably graphic text messages to their friends that you don't want to accidentally include your daughter's 15-year-old friend on.
Yeah.
That could go in a bad, bad way.
I know. I got a gift the other day from a grown man of a woman, and hot dogs were being thrown at her face. And I was like...
Really? What were you talking about?
God.
What? I don't even know what that means.
I can't even tell you why he would have done that.
Because it's funny.
We all stopped texting at that point. It was like, mic drop, we're done. But I want to know, does it make sense to you if you are a mom of a teenage daughter, would you want their number in their friend's dad's phone?
It's a weird double standard. It feels weird. It just does. I'm not going to tell you it's wrong or it's right.
But there was a dad there that was like, no, I actually have a few of my daughter's friends' numbers, and that's because they're always gone at sports, and if they need me to pick them up or whatever, which is not a good look either. I feel bad for the good dads out there that would just go help out and pick somebody up and drop them off. Right?
How are you handling this in your family? Will you hurry up and holler at us real quick?
This is a weird one because it's like... a tough conversation to have when you have a husband that would like do anything for his kid and his kids' friends, and just like one of those good dads, not one that would be, gross with their teen daughter's friends. But I was having a conversation, all these kids in basketball, 9, 10 years old, got phones, and Liam's like looking at his fake skin watch. Like, when are you going to get me mine? I'm like, you just got to wait a little bit longer. I'm not ready to get you a phone. But one of the moms are like, yeah, I have all of my kids' friends' phone numbers in my phone, but my husband is not allowed to have our 14-year-old daughter's friends' phone numbers in his phone. And I'm like, yeah, that is a double standard, but like it kind of makes sense. We got a text that they should put together a parent contact list. And so the kids have that.
Yeah, we have like a group text with all the parents on my son's hockey team.
Yeah. All right.
We have that.
Well, just to make that available, I think that would be a good idea. This one says, does Liam have a tablet? There's an app called Facebook Kids Messenger. Yes, he does that. And he'll chat with his friends that way. FaceTime is kind of fun for them, but
it's weird. Even the high school baseball team that I coach, like just being on a group text with all the boys just to make sure we're on the same page.
I have heard you read off some of this stuff, and it's like...
Here's what happens is the first week or so, like I try and lay down the law, and I try and tell them this is going to be serious business. I'm trying to get you ready to be a real athlete. And then about the second week of practice is where I start losing them.
Yeah.
And they start all just trying to make fun of me.
They were trolling you one morning.
And they were trolling me
your
bad.
Show.
Bad. And you think it's bad here. That's just a text. You should hear it on the field.
That's crazy.
It's really, really bad.
Yeah.
And I can't figure out how to get a grip on them. And so sometimes I just got to bounce out of the group text.
Yeah.
And then be like, oh, guys, somehow this got deleted. They're like, Coach, you dropped out voluntarily. Yeah. And I'm like, no, that didn't happen. But there's something weird about not being that age, but being in that text list.
Yeah.
And they can feel you out, and they know you don't belong. It's like the weaker.
Were you using words like lit?
No.
Like,
I don't try and fit in.
Oh,
but they just are. They're a group. They're a group of rabid little animals.
Yeah.
And then they take the bigger male lion, and then they all attack from all the sides, and then they kill it.
They're like a school of salmon, and they're going to make their own underwater breathing apparatus, and they're going to attack you 9 times out of 10. Don't you remember other guys? Where he's like a lion, you're going to attack me. School
but it's really, really weird to have kids that like aren't your kids.
Yeah.
On your group text. It's very odd. There's something about it that is just unsettling to me.
I'm super mindful of what I text. It's just really innocent. There's no way that you could take it out of context. But yeah, I just wanted to put it out there and see if like that's been an issue for you. You've had to speak with your husband. Like you're not allowed to have these numbers in your phone. It's a weird spot.
That's weird. I've never had my wife go, you're not allowed to have Reagan's friends' numbers in your phone.
Yeah.
But it's better for her.
Oh, this one says I call BS. This is sexist. I don't know if it's sexist.
I think
more
it's real.
so just protecting yourself.
Let's start with some good news.
I've got good news and good news.
Tell them the good news.
Good news? Good news?
Okay.
Let's hear it.
All right, what's good?
Well, this will be fun to share at the bar. In 21 years, these twins, a boy and a girl, were born in different years.
Aylin Yolanda Trujillo entered the world exactly at midnight on Sunday, January 1st. She came 15 minutes after her twin brother, Alfredo Antonio Trujillo, was delivered at 11:45, December 31st, 2021. So their birthdays are in different years. And the chances of them being born in different years are around 1 in 2 million.
I wonder what does for the tax repercussions on that.
So funny. And we're back. Isn't that weird, though? 15 minutes? I feel like that's really rare. Aren't they just like seconds apart? Haven't you ever met a set of twins? They're like, I'm older by 40 seconds.
I went to college with a set of twins that were born on different days. So they were at 11:59 and 12:02 or something like that.
But 15 minutes.
Not the different years. That's kind of unique.
The Playhouse Podcast is made possible thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices. Catch the live show weekdays from 5:30 to 9 on 104.7 KCLD. Now, share this with a friend.